Hey y'all, welcome to the first podcast. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell.
Hey, it's your girl Asia B, and I have started a new video podcast. I do my reaction videos. Hopefully, you've seen a couple, maybe one, maybe two, maybe you enjoyed them, maybe you didn't. That's more for laughter and just good joy and all of that good stuff. But now, sorry, checking my teeth, y'all. Checking my teeth. Black lipstick. Anyways, this channel is going to be more over serious stuff. Okay. It's great to have laughter. It's great to have joy, but it's also to take stuff serious is good too, because you can't be sitting here being a joker all your life. I'm just saying. The first topic we're going to talk about in episode 1 is, are these black hairstylists crazy? Okay, baby. These prices keep going higher and higher and higher and higher and higher, and there's less services being done. Less services being done. The first thing we're going to talk about are braiders, because a lot of people have the question, why do I have to wash and blow dry my hair before I come? There's a good reason for that. Most braiders are not licensed. I will repeat. Most braiders are not licensed. In order to give services like a hair wash and a blow dry, you have to go to cosmetology school. You're dealing with heat and chemicals on people's heads. You feel what I'm saying? So a lot of people that try to make a buck off of braiding are losing out on money if they're not licensed, because you can charge extra for a wash. You can charge extra for a blow dry. You don't have to include that into your service, but it's good to have that option, because there are a lot of people that have hair all the way down to their butts and just cannot do it by themselves. Or you have cancer patients that have been in the hospital for months and months and months, and their body and their muscles have deteriorated and they don't have the strength to do it. I know, because I'm a licensed cosmetologist, and I had a lot of people like that in my chair. That was what I specialized in, because I love to see happy, smiling faces, especially after something horrible or traumatic. But with that being said, you braiders, think about going to cosmetology school. Expand your knowledge. Have more services to offer, so that way you can work smarter and not harder. That's where those upsells come. You get what I'm saying? The second, professionalism. Should no stylist be coming to work in no pajama pants with a bonnet or wrap on and slobber all over their face? You feel what I'm saying? When we go to cosmetology school, it is part of our actual dress code to be presentable. If we're women, they want you to have a little bit of makeup on. You don't have to wear a lot, but enough to make yourself look professional and like you belong in this profession of cosmetology beauty. Okay? So professionalism, that's attire. Make sure you look presentable. You don't have to sit here and be in a dress and something fancy all the time. My work attire, whenever I was doing cosmetology, was all black. Most of the time I had black slacks and a black shirt. Easy peasy. If you bleach it, cool, whatever, because you're dealing with a lot of bleach if you're working in a woman's salon. And men, they bleach their hair a lot too. But as women, we like the bleach. We like the color. Okay? Besides attire, let's talk about appointments. Appointments. You charge, and I'm speaking to stylists at this moment, because regular people, they don't know this. They're not taught this. We know this. Are you keeping your appointments? While you're sitting here charging and penalizing people for being late to your appointments that you make for them, are you keeping the same courtesy for them? Because so many times I hear, oh, my stylist was 30 minutes late. She had to go pick up her kid from daycare, which is understandable. And that's why we are independent. All right, sorry. Not night for the kids. Now, What was I saying? Appointments. Baby, are you keeping your appointments to your clients? Or are they having to wait on you? Because every time they show up, you got somebody in your chair that's there an hour longer than what they're supposed to be doing, what they're supposed to be there. So they're having to wait an hour, and it's throwing them off of their schedule because they've already had this service planned in their calendar. I'm pretty sure they have stuff planned afterwards or later on that day that they need to get to. Yeah, just like you do. Just like you do, right? Exactly. Hold yourself accountable. Start block scheduling. If you know that a service lasts 3 hours, but you also did a consultation, that's where those consultations come in handy. You did a consultation and realize that a person's hair is twice as thick as a normal person's hair would be, so you might need to add an extra hour and a half onto that process. That's where that professionalism comes in. Know what you have in front of you before you even start your service. Don't sit here and book appointments with people and you ain't checked out their hair. One thing we're supposed to check for first off before you do anything. Lice. You know how many people are just continuing to do that? And it's because a lot of people don't go to cosmetology school to realize what lice is. You're just thinking, oh, it's dandruff, it's flakes. No, girl, that thing is moving. Okay? It is moving. If you try to pick it off with your finger and that bad boy just stuck on there, it's an egg. Like, professionalism and knowledge. Know your stuff before you get on somebody's head. Don't be sitting here playing in people's hair. It's not professional. And honestly, that could start a fight or a lawsuit. And you don't want that. You're not making enough money to be sued for $1,000 for messing up someone's hair or physically hurting them, because it's possible. We mess with chemicals, we mess with sharp shears, we mess with so many dangerous products. The chemicals that we store our equipment in, or most of our equipment in, like our combs and brushes, those chemicals can eat through skin. All I'm saying is take accountability about ability. I was like, okay, didn't quite roll off the tongue right. Take accountability. Take accountability. First of all, get your license. Don't even play around with these people. Don't play around with yourself. Make an investment. It's worth it. It is worth it. You can't imagine how many people you meet during that process. That's how a lot of people get their clients, is in through hair school. They follow them on out to their little salons. There's nothing wrong with building a foundation for the business that you're trying to build. Because there are a lot of people that are, I'm going to make a career out of braiding. You know how much wear and tear it puts on the body to braid? To sit there and stand in one position. I have sciatica. Okay? My rotator cuffs from cutting hair are out of there. Out of there. Make an investment. So now that I'm tired of doing hair, I can do lashes. I can do bridal and a special event makeup. I can do facials. Not become an esthetician. I am an esthetician. Because I've already got that knowledge. I've already got that practice behind me. Any place that I go now, I can tell them I've done at least 1,500 hours of services. And that's how much knowledge that I have. Now, starting school, you only learn your basics. Going out into the real world is where you learn the trends. They have hair shows that you can go to. Educate yourself. Educate yourself. A lot of the times, the continuing education classes that we have to do every 2 years, they'll take hair shows. If you get written notification that you went to a hair show and completed so many hours of it, that can be used for your continuing education class. I mean, come on. You just have to at least try. If you are willing to just jump in someone's head and just go for it, you have enough courage to go to hair school and finish. In hair school, they teach you services, they teach you etiquette, they teach you management on how to manage your time and your money. And services, they teach you how to upsell. So that way, if you start off with a haircut, you can talk a client into highlights or an all over color or a deep conditioning treatment. All of those are considered upsells. You don't have to simply rely on the different like a lot of women go in and get quick weaves or sew-ins. Okay, offer that girl a deep condition before you braid her hair. She might need it. She might have not had one since the last time she got her hair done. So her hair could be in brittle shape. You know, putting braids in people's hair, that's another thing about consultation. Sometimes people's hair are not healthy enough for braids. I will repeat. Sometimes people's hair is not healthy enough for cornrows, braids, individual braids, knotless braids, kinky twists, whatever you want to call it, whatever protective style you want to call it. Sometimes you have to get your hair up to where it needs to be in order to maintain those styles without breakage. Stop just going to these stylists because they got specials going on for the weekend. Baby, baby, I didn't have my whole half of hair burnt off one time. One time, this whole portion of my hair was burnt off. Dealing with somebody that, I know how to put on a relaxer. Like I said, I stopped fooling with relaxers a long time ago, and that's one reason why I did. Make sure you get in somebody's chair. Do your research. See what type of education they have. See what type of credentials that they have. See what type of, how long have they been doing hair? Most of the time, stylists put pictures or videos of their services up. Don't just go by word of mouth of, this girl is really good, because what might be good for one person might not be good for the next person. And with that being said, I'm done. No, I'm not done. What is up with most of these cosmetologists scamming people, turning into these veneer techs and these dang filler people? And have y'all seen this? A lot of them claim to be estheticians or makeup artists that also offer lip fillers. What? That don't even sound right. And if you going to these people, you should not be getting anything like that administered to you unless it's by a registered something medical. Okay, that's invasive. They're going in there. What if you develop a bacterial infection? They can't prescribe you antibiotics. You feel what I'm saying? Don't be dumb. Cut it out. Let's get ourselves together, black women and black men. Let's go back to where we respected not only ourselves, but each other. Because I ain't seen that since my grandma's era. And we need to get back there. The world we are making a mockery of ourselves, first of all. But the world is laughing at our expense. I'm not saying every black person is ghetto. I'm not saying every black person is knowledgeable. I'm not saying every black person is not knowledgeable. I am simply saying, let's respect ourselves like we once did. And stop bashing each other. Or stop trying to make a quick dime off of each other. Let's learn how to prosper and interlock our careers, our hobbies. Let's learn how to be a community together, because we used to be so strong. We used to be so united. Look at the civil rights time. During that time, African Americans, they came together along with other races. Why are we so split now? And people be like, that ain't got nothing to do with hair. It all starts with hair. It all starts with hair. You have a lot of beauticians that say, "Oh, I don't do that type of texture. Your texture is a little too kinky for me. I don't know how to work with it." I know how to do every texture. I've literally cut every texture of hair, from Asian to Hispanic, Latina, white, all of it. I don't discriminate because when I became a hairstylist, that's what I became, a hairstylist, not a specific hairstylist, a hairstylist. I never want anybody to feel uncomfortable in my chair. So I took the extra time to gain knowledge on how to cut other ethnicities' hair. And on top of that, I just gave it a chance. You know how many times I've walked into a different salon and they tell me, "Oh, we don't do black hair." And I'm sitting here in the back of my mind like, I'm a hairstylist. You should know how to do every type of hair that sits in your chair. And with that being said, don't sit there and let everybody and anybody in your head. Do your research. Go to consultations. If they don't schedule a consultation, that's a red flag. They're telling you just come over at 6, it's a red flag. If they're not asking you about chemical services that you've gotten on your hair before and you're going to get color, that's a red flag. If they're not telling you, "Hey, I might need you to sign a chemical waiver stating that we've discussed that you don't have this on your hair, you don't have that on your hair, so that way I am not reliable in case anything happens," that's a red flag. With that being said, we are finished with the first episode of Asia's Talk, and it was a pleasure. Y'all have a great one.